everyone, it is I, the Fable of Fables, your new best friend. How you guys doing? I was trying to take a break, but life said no. The parasite said no. So yeah, anyway, stupid times. Gotta roll with the punches, chat. Gotta learn to roll with the punches, even though when life gives you a bad hand, you gotta learn to just shit on life. Anyway, how you guys doing? I'm gonna react to even more Trench Crusade, since I know some of you want me to, but I mean, most of you kind of want me to react more to Transformers. I would love to, but I'm taking a small break from that, as many of you know. So let's do some Trench Crusade. Let's go.
You may wonder what happens to the prisoners of hell.
Kinda,
To
you
the
know.
poor unfortunates that they take alive from the battlefield. Those too miserably cursed by chance to not die from their wounds and instead be dragged away into the dark by infernal forces bent only on inflicting suffering. Most will be met by a fate that is too disturbing to transcribe, yet sadly
Aye.
all too easy to imagine. But a handful, the most devout, the most faithful, those with the highest of trust in the militant Christ the Lion, they will be made an example of,
Oh man,
turned
it's
into
horrible.
weapons the like of which no mortal could consider permissible.
Mm.
Some might even be the target of such a fate by hell, specifically hunted down, torn from their homes, their families left slaughtered, as an insult to the Almighty.
Oh
The
damn.
heretics will target priests,
Aw.
prophets, vicars, rectors, and monks, and all the damned know that there are large bounties placed on such people, no matter what the bloody cost of capturing them. These souls that are designated as worthy by the princes of hell, they will undergo the brutal and torturous process of becoming a Goethic Warlock.
Oh dude, that sounds
This is a
horrible.
process that involves years of pain, suffering.
Goethic Warlock. Look at the design though. The design is so cool, but Jesus, these poor dudes.
Treachery, manipulation, and punishment. It is bad news for those of the firmest of faith that they fall under the special jurisdiction of hell's most talented biopriests, those skilled in the arts of rune writing, metallurgy, and demonic construction. Before that, they will end up in the grasp of skilled flesh shapers, creatures of hell who can visit Earth, capable of focusing incredible infernal powers in order to torture mortals in ways none would have deemed possible until the opening of the gates of Inferno.
Jesus, dude.
The process begins while the victim is still on the earthly plane. These poor creatures will find themselves distorted and twisted into shapes beyond the constraints of what you could consider human. Bones and muscles are stretched and pulled, and the flesh is cut deeply, and their soul is inflicted with agony. They will be
Jesus.
brought to the very brink of death, their mind assailed by images of endless suffering before being fully healed by the energies of the flesh shapers. These Stygian torturers do not need tools of iron or steel with which to inflict these pains, and instead can do it all by channeling energy from the hellish ley lines that radiate outward into the world from the gates of Inferno. This process will continue until madness from the pain drives the poor soul to agree to a demonic pact. Forced to
Jeez.
turn away from the light of heaven by this sheer primordial need to make the intricate and exquisite patterns of pain that they have been afflicted with stop. They will often be lulled into acquiescence in their moments of greatest weakness with promises that the pain shall end, that merely turning their back on God is enough to buy them station and importance in hell.
Oh, that's
It
not
might
true
seem
though.
madness that the truly devout could be broken and swayed in such a way, but the pain they will have endured will have been incredible, lasting for weeks or sometimes even months on end.
I thought he was gonna say years.
Sadly, like all things involving hell, all words and promises are as dust on the desert wind, and they find themselves cast into affliction cages and dragged deep into the inferno to the death factories of the third circle. Had they managed to withstand their earthly suffering, eventually death could have claimed them when the flesh shapers eventually grew tired of their games. But now, having turned from God and made a pact with the demonic, their soul belongs to hell forever. Upon arrival at the death factories, they are transferred deep below the cracked and charred surfaces of hell to the experimental biochambers beneath, where their true suffering begins. First, the soon-to-be warlocks are forced to learn the fundamentals of the dark magics of hell. Each potential spell to be cast and manipulation to be wrought requires a channel through the body of the warlock. This is achieved via the worst imaginable method, as they are locked within the Goethic kilns. Here, each layer of skin, muscle, sinew, and tendon is stripped away in increments, while the biopriests flood the chambers of the kiln with smoke from the burning parts of various demonic creatures. All the while, the flesh shaper magic continues to keep the suffering victim alive, experiencing now in hell a level of pain that dwarfs the memory of what they suffered whilst on earth. When the captive has been reduced to little more than bone, skeleton made impossibly hard by the primeval magic used in the reduction of a human being to magically reinforced char, they will make their second pact, or be sent forever into the boiling pits of hell, where they will know nothing but pain until the stars finally die in the night sky.
Oh, damn.
Upon agreeing to become the walking shade of death known as the Goethic Warlock, that the fire of their pain will end, replaced
That's
instead
not true,
with brutal
though.
coldness and a complete removal from whatever finer elements of their mind and soul had made them human. They are now forever lost.
Oh, yeah.
The still living skeleton, still occupied by a once human soul and consciousness, is now locked into the monstrous suits of armor that seem to be designed to make a mockery of the human form. With enormous shoulder pads and elongated arms that end in twisted brutal talons, the Goethic Warlock sees a terrifying creature, and the surface of the armor is inscribed with the 72 sigils, countless runes, and endless verses from the demonic texts that the princes of hell themselves have authored. It is through these channels that the magic of hell flows, travelling deep into the armor to the very bones themselves, and granting the warlock its power. The reason why hell values these warlocks so much, and is willing to put in such time and energy into their creation, is that the process produces a spiritual opposite to the original victim. Where once there was only faith and belief in the Almighty, there is now a cold, deep-seated hatred for both creator and creation. Goethic warlocks are some of hell's most proficient hunters and killers, perhaps the rarest of all the creatures that Satan has to send against the forces of good in the world.
Oh my
To be
goodness
looked
gracious,
upon by a
dude.
Gothic warlock is to be instantly inflicted with its necrotic gaze,
Oh,
the flesh
God.
decaying and rotting away from the body wherever its eyes fall.
Oh.
As creatures born of suffering and pain, they take great pleasure in inflicting it on others. The warlocks are capable of creating folds and pockets in potentiality where they can drag their victims using their long iron claws to shred them to pieces as slowly as they please, safe in the knowledge that nothing else can possibly reach them in the ripples that exist along the very edges of existence. Being creatures of such intense rarity means that only the most favoured of Hell's forces will get access to them for their part in the war efforts. They will be used to hunt down troublesome enemy commanders, bring back relics that have been lost on the battlefield, and upon occasion have even been used to administer punishment to those infernal loyalists who have deemed to have failed their commanders. They say that the commander who failed to take the final garrison of New Antioch in 1545, thus allowing humanity to keep a vital foothold and rebuild an immense fortress in the Levant, was tortured for 60 days and nights by two flesh shapers and a Goethic warlock. A uniquely disturbing fate, even among those who fail the lords of hell. It is also said that should you ever come face to face with a Goethic warlock, then you have seen the very face of hell itself, and the only option left to you is to run. If the warlock gets close enough, there will be no other option. You will have to risk it all and fight, placing all your faith in the Lord, all while hoping it is not that very same fate that has attracted the forces of hell in the first place.
Jesus, dude. Dude, that's horrifying. The fact that hell literally specifically looks for certain individuals just to, torture them is damn, dude. Hell's not playing. Yeah, it's hands. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of content, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me. Tell me about any other Trench Crusade stuff you want me to react to. Chances are I probably already have or probably will. As for Transformers stuff, I'm taking a small break from that. It'll be back probably 2 weeks from now. I have a list. You guys really like Transformers, huh? If you guys want to donate to my Ko-Fi, please feel free to do so. I need as much help as I can get, especially since I'm gonna be super busy next month because my mom's getting surgery and my dad's a piece of shit that doesn't want to help. So yeah, if you guys want to help me, that'd be great. I'll be opening up a pen not a Pinterest, a frickin' what do you call it? What's that stupid shit called? A Patreon for $1. I will be reacting to some shows like Gen 1 or something if you guys are interested, mostly because as much as I love mech, I need to kind of take care of myself too, actually. We all kind of do. Anyway, yeah, so also later today I'm doing an art stream. If you guys want to come watch me color, then go for it. Love y'all. See y'all later. Bye.